UFC Fight Pass in association with Titan FC from the United States of America. This event is sanctioned by the Dominican Mixed Martial Arts Commission. Judges in charge, Elvis Santana, Tommy Santana, Carlos Castillo, Ana Victoria Hernández y Oliver Cruz. This fight is sponsored by Transacciones Damos. Introducing first, the blue corner, weighing 135 pounds, with a professional record of 4 victories and 2 losses. From the Dominican Republic, Jefrey, El Soldado Universal Roy. On the red corner, weighing 135 pounds, with a professional record of 6 victories and 3 losses. From the Dominican Republic, Marcos, La Máquina, the Machine, San Jusca. Our referee in charge, Carlos Castillo.
Six.
Ready. Ready. Fight.
We'll see who throws the first strike.
And we're coming in already throwing haymakers. That just reminded me of the Hendo combination. Inside leg kick, overhand.
Nice jab.
But we see Juan Marcos, he's the one initiating all the attacks, and he seems a little more composed than Jefrey Roy.
Well, we can already see that Jefrey Roy's already taken the center, and now we have a possible groin shot.
It was definitely a good groin shot, and I think that was actually all shin. Now with this, he does have 5 minutes to recover. So he has a choice to take the full 5 minutes or coming in as soon as possible. But with this, the fight just started, no one's tired, so there's no strategy of taking the full 5 minutes, but it just depends on the pain ratio that he has right now.
Also, it's a mindset. You and I both know if you want to get back in there, you get back in there. If you don't want to get back in there, it all depends on how you choose to take this from there.
100%. I do recommend all fighters to get a steel cup. That's just me.
Yes. Inside cut kicks sometimes happen. From what I'm seeing is one is definitely an inside fighter, one is an outside fighter. So look how Jefrey Roy is taking the center of the cage. I think that's impressive. Now you're fighting on the outside, which gives a different, nice low kick.
And Juan Marcos, again, showing that sportsmanship, knowing it was by accident, but these guys are swinging haymakers. Every punch and strike that Juan Marcos throws, it's aggressive, it's hard, and he's trying to implement damage with every single blow he lands.
Well, Jefrey Roy seems to be dropping his hands when he throws his kicks. That's the only thing I'm concerned with. These guys are both strikers, great takedown.
And he's on top, holding the seatbelt, holding the position, trying to wait patiently to advance in whatever position he's trying to go for.
You know, in the game, you have to know everything. So now everybody's adapting. It's no longer a striker versus grappler. You know, being part of a full game is really, really important, especially at this level.
And it's a good job that Juan Marcos is grabbing that top hand. Usually if you grab the bottom hand, at least in wrestling, they're going to grab that, they're going to lock you down, but he's trying to do a baseball grip and trying to stand up. The only problem is
hooks.
Now he's getting his back taken.
I believe we have both or one hook in at the present time. Looking for the rear naked.
And Roy's a little high. He's kind of falling off that edge a little bit, but he's using the head to balance himself.
Well, you know, position over submission. That's how I was always taught.
Oh, definitely. I mean, a dominant position 100% wins the round. Even if you don't finish, even if you don't get the submission, you are on top.
Always trying to score points as best as possible. Even though it's an MMA fight, always like to secure my position with hooks and then maybe transfer it to another submission or so forth.
Now, what do you think Juan Marcos right here needs to do to get out of the bottom since
I
Roy's
mean,
so
just
high?
get up and just, you know, donkey kick. You know, got to give that person energy. Allowing him to put his hooks in there and being able to work like a snake is not going to be the best for him.
And now he's possibly going to get extended because two hooks
nice
are in.
stand up.
Wow,
Nice stand
explosive stand up.
Yes. They both have good movement. I just feel Jefrey Roy has to keep his hands up when he's going for the kicks. Once again, you see it there. That right there can be some problems for him later on. We're looking at both their skill set. They're striking for a knockout, that's for sure.
These guys are just swinging hard.
They definitely have experience. They're not holding back at all. You know, once you start to perspire from the heat, it becomes a different type of fight.
I was like, it definitely is hot in here. But you have Juan Marcos, who's really the one landing the significant strikes and throwing high lows. Compared to Roy, he's kind of just keeping those to single punches. He's a little more timid on his feet.
It's becoming a good battle. He's switching his stance there. You know, no one really has shown control of the whole match, but it's definitely going back and forth.
And we see he's mixing up with that straight body shot. Again, going high-low, changing the rhythm, throwing a fake there. And the head movement's good. He's parrying well.
He's doing very well. I'd like to see some head kicks, and that's where I feel that no one's executed that yet.
You know, me,
As a body shot.
I'm a fan of just haymakers all day, so I'm enjoying this fight.
To me, you know, as a fighter, you always want to watch a good stand-up fight.
Ooh, that leg kick was damaging.
Yeah, you're seeing already right there some blood.
Oh,
Ooh.
These guys are going at it. And we see Juan Marcos does not want to go down to the ground. He's perfectly fine with keeping this fight standing.
He's got to protect himself a little bit better. He's definitely got some damage on the face. He's got to keep his hands up. Jefrey Roy seems to be really at ease right now. This is not anything he hasn't trained. You can see he's catching the jab, countering. Nice jab. There's a nice cut.
Ooh,
Nice
beautiful
cut
kick
over.
by Juan Marcos.
Juan Marcos is definitely aggressive, though.
And we see him just pushing the pace. But again, mixing it up, going high-low, throwing those fakes, going to the body, always trying to do something different and not exhausting his energy too fast.
Oh, Juan Marcos is definitely switching his stance. He's definitely got a style that's more elusive. Low kick there lands.
And I believe Juan Marcos has a cut over his right eye, but nice back fist by Roy.
The countering fighting is pretty decent here. I'm pretty impressed with the two strikers, to be honest.
Yeah, these guys are going at it.
Little wild,
Yeah,
entertaining.
It's a little wild, but it's definitely entertaining.
Yes.
I feel like I should have brought my my raincoat jacket. I don't feel like getting blood on my suit.
Or sweat, for that matter. One of the things that I'm seeing here is that the future for the Dominican Republic is looking really good.
And these guys are trying to put themselves on the map. They are the first fight in the card, but it's the experience that matters, that possibly the next fight, Force 5, Force 6, or so on, they might be higher in the card and eventually might be a main event, but this is their proving ground.
Most definitely. I mean, listen, the Dominican Republic and Fighting Force is really trying to be part of the MMA world. And you know, with being part of the UFC Fight Pass, that's going to be a big thing for
And
them.
we look at the replay here, sponsored by Arturo Fuente. We see Jefrey Roy swinging around, getting his opponent down, and trying to implement that second hook.
Seconds out.
And Juan Marcos is excited. Hey, you got to back up, brother. Back at it, right at the center.
Juan Marcos seems like he's ready to come at it. He knows he's got to cut. You never want to leave it to the judge's decision, and you never want to cut to take the fight away from you.
And we already see some significant swelling over that eye. Now, I don't know exactly where the cut is, but if it's under the eyebrow, right over the eye, if the blood starts to trickle down, that could affect his vision.
We'll see what happens here.
Ooh, beautiful overhand, right.
Inside cut kick seems to work, but he's not returning with a right cross or anything else. Jefrey Roy has to step it up a little bit more.
I was just about to say, I feel like Roy should be a little more excited, a little more aggressive, because that first round, even though he did get the takedown, a lot of the action was Juan Marcos.
Juan Marcos is doing a great job at bringing the aggressiveness. He's definitely entertaining. It's just, this fight's probably going to go the distance.
No, but these guys are swinging haymakers. I haven't seen anything super clean land when it comes to overhand right, but they're going back and forth.
I mean, if I was a coach at this present time, I'd say a takedown would definitely help win one of the rounds. You know, you need to have that type of strategic game plan. You need to know what you're doing, especially me. You know the rounds are important. you have to at least know you have 1 or 2 rounds in a 3-fight fight.
And you have Juan Marcos really leaning to his right. You know, maybe Jefrey Roy's going to implement, you know, switch kick to the head or switch kick to the body, or even just start throwing those hooks like he did there. Nice little check hook.
Well, now you can see now it's changed. Jefrey Roy is in the center of the ring, and now we're watching Juan Marcos on the outside. So now the tempo has changed. You know, when you're in a fight, you always want to set the tempo. You don't want to be setting a fight on someone else's pace.
Yeah, I never learned how to walk back, so it's just one of those things. That's actually by accident. Beautiful jab.
The striking is really good.
And these guys are patient. They're a little more patient the first round. They might be a little tired, but it's the fact of now they know what each opponent has to offer. This has become a little more of a chess match. And I think Juan Marcos should keep on landing those leg kicks.
Very entertaining.
Ooh. And we already see Jefrey Roy just kind of moving around, bouncing, trying to get that blood flowing in that leg, because those leg kicks definitely take a toll.
They will pay dividends later on in the rounds, you know that. But once you get that adrenaline going on right now, you're in the fight. And I think they both calmed down right now.
Yeah, you did. I've broken my hand once in a 5-round fight in the first round. I just kept on throwing it. I didn't care. It's one of those things that adrenaline takes over and you don't feel the pain anymore.
We're watching Juan Marcos go to the body a little bit more now instead of head hunting. So that's going to pay, good for him later on. Ooh, nice left hook by Juan Marcos. Jefrey Roy seems to, not have the hoorah he once did when he first came in.
And we see how Roy's just now lifting that leg. He's still not checking, which I'm very surprised, but you can tell those leg kicks are paying dividends.
Their striking style is definitely different than what I'm used to seeing. It is working. It's entertaining. Overhand right.
And see what happens when Jefrey Roy actually starts to throw those overhand rights. When he starts to be forward, and beautiful check hook, he wobbled him.
Wobbled him there. He's got to get his legs back.
But he needs to play, another one.
Little defense. He's got to keep his hands up
right
when he
hand.
punches. He knows he's hurt. He's bleeding. We got ourselves a war here.
Wow, and I believe he's bleeding from the other side as well.
Yes, great fight.
Gosh.
Great way to start the card.
Oh, it looks like he's probably going for a guillotine at the front.
Nice knee.
Going for the knees.
We got 1 minute and 10 seconds left.
And Roy does not want to go for the submission. He's looking for a stand-up finish.
He's got to get back to the center. He's got to use his hands. He's very close to a knockout if he just gets away.
Oh, man, this fight is vicious. Both of them are fighting for underhooks, trying to fight for proper position. Roy pushes Juan Marcos to the fence and just holding there, landing little strikes when he can.
He's got a lot of damage against Roy Jefrey. I mean, to me, it's pretty entertaining. He just needs to throw more knees or look for the takedown.
Oh, beautiful job.
Now I would say he definitely won this round.
And I was going to say, Juan Marcos is kind of leading with those leg kicks, pushing forward. But with the significant strikes towards the end and with that takedown, I can definitely right now give it to Roy.
30 seconds left. He's got to go for it. He's got to go for it. He's got to swing. Every time he throws that kick, he should be punching, countering with a right cross left hook. Jefrey Roy has this. He's got to go for it.
And Jefrey Roy's just walking forward, but I believe he needs to keep on those check hooks and throw the right hand after. Stay aggressive like he was, because that's what actually won him the round.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens in this present time.
Wow.
This is going to be a big deal because the cut man is going to have to go to work here.
And we see they're both different situations. Juan Marcos walking back a little wobbly. He's tired. But Jefrey Roy walking back with a wobble on his leg, paying dividends because of those leg kicks. But we see this back and forth action.
You know, every time I was taught to check and kick and come back with a right cross left hook, and he's coming back with a left hook, and I don't think that's putting him in being able to counter in the right position at the right time. Good takedown there. We're watching these guys scrap. When you're fighting at this level, you know, the takedown in a situation like this, to me, would give you the upper hand on that round. Right now, for me, I feel like it's 1-1. This next round is really going to make a difference.
Yeah, I would definitely give it 1-1. You know, Juan Marcos was a little bit more aggressive. Even though he got taken on in the first round, he was pushing the pace, landed the more significant strikes. But this second round, even though it was going to Juan Marcos, Roy was able to just dominate that second half.
Very entertaining. This is important. I think we're past the amount of time. This is going to be interesting how we start this third round.
And both of them take the center. Nice, calm, and methodical.
Staying in the center, I think, is key because you dictate the fight. If you're fighting on the outside, it's a different type of style.
And we've seen they've both been aggressors in each round, pretty much taking a turn. Whoever's taking the center of this fight has pretty much won each round. Every person that's walked back has been landed on with significant strikes.
If Jefrey Roy can just counter at the right time with those kicks, I really feel he can get a knockout.
Oh, beautiful leg kick. And we see that little wobble after he takes it. He's automatically switching stances.
Well, you and I both know when you see someone do that, that's not a good sign.
You throw the inside leg kick or the body shot or even a head kick, you just keep on going.
Nice!
Oh, beautiful right hand. Wow.
They're definitely giving us our money's worth tonight.
And we see that pain in that leg, that grimace of walking away.
Well, they're going to be walking funny tomorrow.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's so close. You got to put more pressure on this.
And you see Juan Marcos really cocking that left hand back, looking like he's going to throw a super haymaker. Man,
Oh,
he's
now you're seeing what Jefrey Roy is actually scared of getting kicked. So
now he's willing to check.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's checking. I think he's running. There's a difference.
Yeah, he picked up that leg like he just doesn't want to take it anymore. Beautiful jab, nice circle. I think with this, just like anything, if you don't want to take any leg kicks, you can't be at that leg kick distance. You have to walk forward.
I mean, listen, if I knew someone was kicking me that much, I'd be hitting that single or that double right off the bat. And these guys' styles they're not looking for that. This is definitely a stand-up fight.
Oh, beautiful left hook. And we see Juan Marcos really cocking that left hand back. He's like charging it up.
I got to say, the matchmaker did a great job on this fight. He knew how to get the crowd started.
Oh, man.
Very entertaining.
Oh, beautiful left hook. And those leg kicks again.
We have a good fight here. Now you got about 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. How do you choose to leave it for the judges?
And these guys are going back and forth. Still anyone's round, almost reaching the halfway point. This is where Jefrey Roy was able to solidify that second round. Will he be able to do it again? Will he finally walk forward in this fight?
I think both of these guys understand their position and their careers, and they really need this win. Nice spinning back kick by Jefrey Roy. I feel like that front leg is just getting chopped down by Jefrey Roy. Juan Marquez is doing a great job. No, sorry, apologize.
We have another leg kick by Juan. And he just keeps taking those leg kicks. Roy needs to walk forward. He has to get out of that leg kicking zone. And they're going. I believe Juan Marcos needs to push the pace. If he wants to solidify this fight, he needs to push the pace and not leave it to the judges. That first round was really close, and depending on what the judge's point of view is, it can go either way because of that takedown.
Oh, that leg does not look like it's going to take much more. It does not. He's got to keep chopping the tree down. Again.
With
I don't think
20 left.
He has no punching power after he gets kicked. So therefore, if you really go for it, if you know an opponent's hurt like that, you have to be
You just
aggressive.
have to go.
Yeah.
Especially, again, that first round was very close because of that takedown. But that second round was definitely Jefrey Roy's. Oh, that leg kick, and we see that wobble.
I
It's
say
so
a couple
stiff.
more of those, and he wins this fight. This reminds me of a fight when I fought Pedro Hizzo.
Oh, that movement is hindered.
You can see the swelling on the quad.
Man, taking all that damage in the first and second round, Juan Marcos is now trying to end this fight on the strongest note possible.
Well, he's got some hoorah back left in him. You can see he definitely wants to go for it, and that's pretty exciting. He just needs to counter a little bit more and maybe just be a little more aggressive, especially with 20 seconds left, 25 seconds. You really want to go for it right now.
Yeah, especially being dazed in that second round, how he was able to get his wits together and go forward. You know, Juan Marcos was really pushing the pace here in this last round. Beautiful body shot, beautiful jab upstairs.
10 seconds left.
Oh, another leg kick. We see that wobble. Is he going to end with a big overhand right? I feel like he is. Come on. Can I call it right?
I mean, I just think he should just chop that leg down. Great fight all the way around.
Yes, it was. Wow, what a war.
La estrategia de Juan Marcos Jusca, castigar todo el tiempo con low kicks. La estrategia del Soldado Universal, que se ve muy mal con esa pierna izquierda, fue trabajar en el counter, los ganchos, el jab. Castigó mucho, bastante con el jab a Juan Marcos Jusca. De un lado tenemos un rostro de Jusca totalmente desfigurado, producto de los golpes, y del otro lado tenemos a un Jefrey que va a tener que bajar en muletas de la jaula.
Bueno, Cristian, lo que me dirás tal vez que estoy exigiendo mucho o que estoy pensando demasiado más adelante, pero si comenzamos así, ¿qué nos espera con esta cartelera?
Definitivamente, señores, comenzamos con el pie derecho, tenemos una gran
y no
pelea.
con el pie del Soldado Universal.
Y no con el pie del Soldado Universal. Definitivamente. Vamos camino a una gran cartelera, como sabe hacer Fighting Force, que se vive reinventando. La versión número 4, ahora directamente desde por UFC Fight Pass y Colindo TV, Canal 88. Señores, cabe destacar también que se termina la sequía de más de 7 meses en las MMA de la República Dominicana. ¿Y de qué manera? Con un fin de semana de combate completo. Hoy, 21 de noviembre, Fighting Force 4. Mañana, Titán FC. Señores, nos vamos a la decisión de los jueces de mano de Milton Cordero.
Dos. Uno. We have a split decision, and the winner, Juan Marcos Jusca, la máquina.
Claro
Wow.
que sí, señoras y señores.
La decisión para Chichi, la